Mm-hmm. All right. Good, good. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me turn on some music for everyone. Let's see how. Okay. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing in here? Got the release tomorrow. I'm excited. Got the course building up too. Gotta make a few more videos for the course today. All right, all right. Got some sleepy people, huh? I'm a little sleepy today as well. Got 10 minutes till the open though. We'll go over some trades that have happened this week with the Autotrader. All right, good, good. All right, we're good. We're good to go. We do have quite a bit of news this morning. PMI at 9:45. We have apparently Trump speaking at 9:50, which is not good. Morning, Scott. How you doing? So yeah, Trump speaks this morning. And then what else we have here? And Powell speaks at 12:30. Okay, so just a lot of news today. So if we don't find a trade early, it might just be a no trade morning for me. But been a while, 2 weeks. What have you been up to, Scott? Today's gonna be a shit show, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Just life. I gotcha. I gotcha. Autotrader's been doing not too bad this week, especially overnight, actually. Overnight's been doing really good. The settings I have here, it's just running 24/7. But I have the minimum for value gap size set to 5. And I have the swing high low minimum tick set to 100. That's the pretty much only thing that's changed. Last night at 3:30 in the morning, we had a long setup, hit full TP with, looks like maybe 10 points of drawdown here. So not too bad there. And then, let's see, yesterday, we had no trades during the actual New York session there. But we did have a overnight win here. Again, entry was 5:15 in the morning. And then we hit first TP an hour later, and then second TP. Because our stop loss would have been like down here. So it would have gotten really close to the stop. But it would not have hit. So hit that second TP right there. And then let's keep going. This was Friday last week. That was after 4 o'clock, so that wouldn't count. Let's see what else. We had a trade here pre-market again, 6 o'clock in the morning, hit full TP. We had a short pretty much at midnight. Stop loss would have been up here at 24 730. And that one hit full TP as well. We can keep going. We had a trade at 3 o'clock, hit full TP. We had a loss here at noon, a full TP at 11:30, a full TP at 10:30, a full TP at 9:50. Then we had a full TP at 9 o'clock, and then a loss right here. A lot of wins so far in the last week. Yeah, this is on a sim account, yeah. Just showing you guys the trades and stuff. I usually never show my live personal accounts on stream because people just copy what I do, and I don't want to be really, liable for people. Like if I'm trading a live account, I don't want everyone else trading a live account with the same risk as me and so on. So I've been doing that for a long time. Another trade here, 7:30 was a full win. This was on the 18th. That was at 7:30 in the morning. Loss at 3 a.m. And then that's it. So, I mean, even if you just left it on 24/7, we have, let me see, 1, 2, 1. 5 and 3, 6 and 3, 7 and 3, 8 and 3, 8 and 4, 9 and 4, and 10 and 4. So over the last pretty much 5 days, you would have had 10 wins and 4 losses. And those wins are pretty much all full TP. So, yeah, it would have been up really, really nicely over the last 5 days. Doesn't mean the next 5 days are going to be great, but. Price is $225 a month, so same as our SBS, and then $22.50 if you want to do a one-time payment. What prop firm is the data coming from? And having issues on VPS. This is just Apex. Yeah, this is Apex Rhythmic data. That's odd. Is it with Tradeovate specific? Tradevate specific, or might have no trades this morning too. We'll see, but 1 minute can be is slower, right? Over the last 5 days, we've had 14 trades, and that's if you left it on 24/7. A lot of the trades actually happened overnight, so yeah, since the 18th, and it's the 23rd. So let me see, between Thursday and Friday, and then yesterday and today. So 4 trading days, there was 14 trades. If it was on 24 hours of the day, 10 of them were full TPs pretty much, and 4 were losses. So see that screenshot. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Is that Tradevate? Yeah, Apex Tradevate account. Yeah. Could be something to do maybe with the VPS losing connection for whatever, a small amount of time, and then it reconnects. What VPS are you using? Yes, for people that asked why I'm on Sim, I always show Sim on live streams because I trade my personal accounts. I have about 13 funded accounts I'm trading off screen. And I just don't want people knowing exactly what I'm doing, because then everyone just copies exactly what I'm doing, right? That's pretty much it. Yeah, release is tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Eastern. So when the futures market reopens, I'll be live on YouTube. So right here, live tomorrow night, and we'll go live. It's just first come, first serve. There's about 50 monthly spots we have and 10 lifetime spots. So if you want a spot, you can definitely get your spot. Just make sure you're there tomorrow night, because there's no early waitlist, because I didn't like how the waitlist was for the trend bender, so we're just not doing a waitlist this time. Got market open right here though. I've been yapping for 10 minutes. Okay. If you guys have questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna sit, chill. Got the 1 minute chart up here. Got an early trade, 3 a.m. this morning. I hit full TP. And a reminder, with the purchase of the Autotrader is a little course going over how I trade inverse value gaps as well. So kind of a little bonus 2 for 1. And I promise you, if you don't know what kind of strategy you like to trade, or you're all over the place with strategies, if you do the iFVG strategy and you stick to it for a while, you'll not need to look anywhere else. So market's open, selling off a little bit below the 50% level, getting bought back up. Range overnight's pretty small. The range overnight is really small. It's only 50 points. True for a lot of strategies, yeah. I think any strategy out there, okay, maybe not any, but most strategies actually work. It's just if you stick to them, right? Goes with auto traders, I think, too. It's like the people who have used SBS since it came out, they're getting payouts still. People who try it for a week, like, you're obviously not going to learn the system in a week, right? Goes for anything. You can make money on trend lines if you want. But all right, so selling off a little bit here. I want us to sweep 973. There's an hourly low here. All All right, so ES is just moving up, even though NQ is moving down. Bit of a divergence there. So far, we haven't really moved at all since the open. We moved 15 points on NQ, so really, really small, slow open. Keep that in mind. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're chilling. And I'm looking for trades myself now as well. So if you listen to my commentary oftentimes, you can get a gist of what I'm doing. So right now, I want to see ideally a sweep of the 24,973 hourly low. Maybe look for some longs down there. My hands are freezing. Ooh. If you guys want to see backtest results for the iFVG Autotrader, I pinned them. I pinned some of the tests our developer did in the general chat. So if you go to the general chat, pinned message, there you go. ES is tapping London session high. Just swept London session high. And again, we're in a really tight range. 24 points on NQ in the last 5 minutes since the market opened. So that's, I mean, you guys have been trading long enough to know that that's terrible. So oh, NQ 10 minutes and we got PMI news that could cause a spark in the market there. And then 15 minutes, Trump's supposed to speak. So once Trump starts talking, I probably won't trade my funded accounts. Because, you know, that's generally a bad idea if you think about it. So moving down a little bit, getting close towards that hourly low. If you haven't yet, please drop a like on the live stream. As well as I did post a announcement yesterday. We're doing a little 3-month free giveaway for the iFVG Autotrader. All you gotta do is leave a 5-star review on the WAP page, and you're entered. And if you've already done that before, then you're automatically in. So all right, looks like we might be sweeping the low here. Getting close. We just hit 978. Getting close. 974. And ES is still moving up. That's all right. NQ just swept the low, and ES is still at the high of the range while NQ's at the low. A lot of divergence there between ES and NQ. I want to see the market expand still. We're still 38 point range. 7 minutes in. That's just not, it's not very good. All right, so that hourly low did sweep. This is where I'd want to see a reversal, but we don't have any fair value gaps here, right? So this is an hourly low right here, and there's no fair value gaps here. So even if we do reverse, it's, you know, there's no setup for me, at least on the 1 minute chart. People just joining, reminder, the iFVG Autotrader releases tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. So set some time aside, set 30 minutes aside to join the live stream and grab it. Yeah, we're getting the reversal that I wanted. There's just literally zero. There's zero gaps. So literally none. But we're getting the exact reversal that I wanted to see. Again, there's just no gaps, so. Would have been perfect if these 3 candles here formed some sort of gap and we got an inverse. You put your stop down here, but yeah, didn't happen. Now we have high impact news in 5 minutes, so it's definitely not something that I would be probably wanting to look for a trade in the next 5 minutes either. So only thing is, again, 3:30 in the morning last night, full TP. So that's the only trade of today on the 1 minute chart. I could switch the time frames. We could check it out, see if there's been anything, just for some entertainment, I guess. So 2 minute chart, which I don't use too much. Looks like there was a loss, then a partial win. And then that was today, a loss and a partial win. Had a loss here. That was at pretty much market close, so I wouldn't really count that. That's 4 p.m. Then a full win here. This was last Friday. A full win. That's nice. Loss at 7 in the morning. A couple losses at 1 in the morning. So 2 minute, maybe not super good overnight. Had a win, full win here at 10 p.m. So a couple, least amount of losses the past few days with the 2 minute. I don't use the 2 minute, but if you find some times that work good, then yeah. Looks like we are getting a 1 minute fair value gap form, so I'm gonna switch back here. See if it gets anything here. Potential 1 minute gap here. Again, I don't know if this is something that would be good, because we do have Powell speaking. Not Powell yet. I mean PMI. So volume coming into the market though. Got some volume coming into the market. Jonathan, hello. Well, you're loving Botfolio. Glad you joined. I understand it's long term, but great so far. Awesome, Jonathan. Happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. Botfolio's been up and down. It's been rocky. It's been rocky the past couple months, but you know, overall people aren't really down. So maybe not up much, but either way, not down much. So it's been rocky. The NASDAQ bot's been a little rocky. It's like even though we've been climbing and we're at all-time highs, the past couple months have just been so slow. Like we're not getting those days where, you know, we move up 400 points, right? We have the days where we dumped a few hundred points. We don't have those days a lot where we're just really strong, moving up a couple hundred points no matter what, right? That hasn't been happening a lot lately. So, but good to hear it, Jonathan. No, 2 minutes now until red folder news. So this is a potential trade up here. I don't know if it's going to take it or not. If it inverses, you know, this is an area where you'd probably want to disable the bot on high impact news because it could cause a spike candle. I'm going to leave it on just for, you know, demonstration purposes and stuff, entertainment. But yeah, if you're trading funded accounts, things like that, you definitely would want to probably disable right now until that high impact news settles. Because if this causes a 100-point candle and you get fill at the top, I mean, it's obviously not going to work out very good. And Trump's speaking soon, so definitely got to be defensive this morning. ES bouncing off the 50% level. Again, I would want to see us continue higher from here, but you know, we moved up quite a bit yesterday. So welcome in, everybody. Hope everyone's doing good. High impact news here in 20 seconds, so be ready for a potential news candle. Not sure, but there's potential for it, so we'll see what happens here. ES bouncing off the 50% level. See 5 seconds. Nothing so far. Okay. Well, that didn't do anything yet. High impact news for what? That's interesting. News came out, 2 red folder news, and it was 10 points. Okay. Well, all right. No, now we have Trump speaking at 9:50 apparently. So might be a no trade for my personal funded accounts this morning. We will see. We could switch to the 30-second chart and see if there's been anything recently on that. Okay, 30-second. It's like not really any trades on these settings past few days. There we go, back to that. Okay. Not too exciting of a day here. Oy, oy, oy. If we keep moving lower, I have a level marked out at 897. So that would be the next area that I'd be potentially watching, is 897. So not sure if it's gonna take this trade or not. It might. We'll see. Yep, it did take this, so it's in a 1 minute long here. Even though there is a fair value gap right here, the way I have it set up in the settings is it just takes it strictly off of 1. It's not looking at if there's 1 above it. You can turn it on, so if there is 1 above it, it checks, and it wouldn't have taken this trade. So you can see here, looks like it's rejecting this upper fair value gap. So if we had that setting checked, it might have helped us out and avoided this loss. So a lot of divergence here with ES and NQ as well. A lot of divergence. Again, we just had high impact news a couple minutes ago, and Trump is supposed to speak here any minute. This is an instant loss, so it's all good. I do have it on really high risk per trade, so it's on 700 risk per trade. That's why it says negative 700. Reminder there. But yeah, if you have, I'll show you in the settings here. If you have this setting checked where it says check for fair value gap above/below, if you have this checked, which I don't, it will simply check if it's entering into a fair value gap above or below. In this case, it entered right into a fair value gap that's above it, so it would have avoided that. So there you go, right? Now, will it avoid some wins? For sure, right? It will sometimes. So happens. Losses are part of the game. Have to read context in the market, right? Trump's about to speak. Might be speaking right now. That's when he's supposed to, at least. Let me check here. Want to click this link, please? He's not on yet, so he is not on quite yet. I'll let everyone know when Trump is on. I have the link here. Once Trump starts speaking, I'm probably gonna be very defensive, so ES still trying to push higher, it looks like. NQ is at the low of the range, ES is at the high of the range. Very interesting. $20 people in here. Good to see everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day. We just had a single loss there right after high impact news happened. And Trump is supposed to speak any minute. Some other guys on the camera now though, so. Looks like we might have gotten faked out on that 1 minute. We may have gotten faked out. Looks like we're pushing up here. ES is really pushing here. Still respecting that top gap. All right, we just created equal highs. Just created equal highs there on NQ. Right here on the 1 minute, you can see these are equal highs, 71.5. I mean, that's a decent sign. We'll come back up to break that, but with Trump speaking at any minute, who knows? Trump's always late to these, or he never gets on right when the time says, I guess. So, reminder too for the iFVG Autotrader here. All these settings that we've tested, all the back tests we've done, is just on NQ or MNQ. You can use YM, also works well. I'll change it to YM. We'll see if anything has happened. I haven't checked YM, so we'll just blindly go in here. YM should be on. Is this a current contract for YM? Is it September or is it still December? Probably December, right? Yeah, okay. Wow, YM really pushed this morning, huh? Wait for it to load here. Okay. Okay. Wow, what a pump on YM. That's nuts. So you do have to generally tweak some settings for YM to work well. With the same settings as NQ, there was a win yesterday before market close, full win. Had a loss at 10 a.m. Again, this is something where you might want to tweak some settings. Tweak the fair value gap size a little bit. Yesterday before market close, again, full TP here. But anyway. Again, we have equal highs right above us. Right above us. Is Trump on yet? He's not. Okay. again, reminder that trading isn't necessarily supposed to be exciting, guys. Okay? Reminder. Don't be expecting to get the auto trader and be super excited, hit your dopamine, have 10 trades in the first 10 minutes, right? That's not what it is. So it's here to try and make you money, however that is. It's like we make inverse this 1 hour for value gap here, which would then make me feel like we're probably moving down towards 897, which is a 30-minute low. We'll see. ES is still at the all-time highs pretty much, so which almost makes me stay bullish. Considering ES is that high, if NQ can start to rotate back to the upside, I mean, we should see some movement. That's what I like. I like iFVGs. I trade iFVGs. I like them. So I had our developer code it. September, I did go over the past 5 days. I don't have the full stats of the month so far, just on me, but over the last 5 days, there's been 14 wins and 4 losses. Or sorry, 10 wins and 4 losses. 14 total just in the last week. So we had a full win at that's by the way running 24 hours a day. So full win at 3 a.m. this morning. Then yesterday we had a full win at 5 a.m. right here. And then on Friday, there was a loss at 4 o'clock. So you wouldn't even really be trading that, but it's a loss. And then we had a win at 6 a.m. for full TP. And then another win at midnight on September 19th. And then another win here at 3 o'clock on the 18th. And then some more wins. I made a YouTube video over this day. Some more wins here. So overall, I mean, it's been doing pretty solid on the 1 minute chart. Just with default settings. But overall, it's been solid. It's been solid. I can. I had just pinned a bunch of back tests yesterday. If you want to check the current pinned, posted the past few months of testing we've done. There was testing all the way up until pretty much late August, end of August. So yeah. Yeah, right now I have it on 700 risk per trade. The back tests that were done is 500. Again, just do the math. If you want to do, 250 risk per trade, just divide it in half. Risk per trade doesn't matter too much. That's all up to you, right? So, well, not that it doesn't matter, but it only matters to the person that's trading it. So you can use any, because we have the risk per trade feature. You can just set a higher risk per trade on a bigger account size or a lower risk per trade on a smaller account size. I would stick for the smallest account. I mean, I would just go for a 50K. 50Ks are always, I mean, they're the easiest to pass and the best drawdown, I think, so. Is Trump on yet? He is not on. Okay. I always say, you know, evals, I think for 50Ks, you guys should just do the eval hack that I talk about to get straight to the funded account. And then I would divide the drawdown by 10. So maybe $200 of risk per trade, somewhere around there is probably a safe number. Anywhere from, you know, 150 to 250. If you're feeling a little bit spicy, maybe you do 300. But just know, I mean, you can get strings of losses just like anything, right? Losses happen, so you want to be able to try and withstand the losses. So that's what I'll say. That hourly fair value gap did hold. So good sign for the bulls. A lot of divergence this morning, though. It is kind of crazy. What are we doing, market? What are we doing? Okay. You'll want to use micros on pretty much everything. If you use minis, your risk per trade is going to be skewed because, you know, if you set your risk per trade to like 200, but you're in a mini contract, you can only take one mini. Can't go less than a mini. So you're going to want to all use MNQ. And that'll be the most accurate risk per trade is using micros. So no, not hands-free. None of our bots we ever do are hands-free, SK. I mean, technically, could you use it hands-free? Yes, right? Technically you can. Are you gonna do better when you have a little bit more hands-on? Yes. There's a automated mode and there's a semi-automated mode. And yeah, I think a lot of people are going to like the semi-automated mode where you can mark out your own levels. And a lot of people might just like the automated mode. But again, hands-free? No. Nothing is hands-free. Nor would I recommend hands-free, right? but glad you asked. But yeah. Is it something that you enable and don't look at the whole week? No. You know, it's not. Drastic change with what? I mean, technically, if you left it hands-free, you would have gotten all these trades that I've shown on the screen here, right? But I think you will find more success with potentially some manual intervention, right? People generally do the best with our bots with a little bit of manual intervention. That's all. I'm not gonna recommend to, you know, enable something and just walk away. Right? I'm not gonna recommend that. Think of these as tools, right? They help you find the entries. Once it enters, generally the people who do the best is, you know, the people who know how to manage their trade or figure out how they like to manage, right? It's all personal preference, so do what you want, but just remember what I said, I guess. So Trump's now speaking, by the way. I don't know if I am going to take any trades now. Yeah, I mean, I that's another thing. It's like the data disconnects, things like that, right? This is a decent 1 minute setup. It's just Trump speaking. So, I mean, it's not that great, but no, it means you can disconnect from your data feed. And NinjaTrader has bugs, right? NinjaTrader is not a perfect platform, right? So that's why sometimes maybe you get entered and it messes up your stop loss or your TP, right? Because NinjaTrader isn't great. It's not perfect. By hands-free, you know, I would say if you want to use the full auto mode and let it trade, do it, okay? But when it's in the trades, you probably want to watch and make sure everything's running smoothly, right? And if you really are confident in your trading, then yeah, you could drag your TPs around, drag your stop losses around, right? Like, let me go back to one of these days here. Let's see. Like this day, you had a long trade here at 945, right? If you're super confident in where the draw on liquidity is, where price is going, you could have dragged this TP up here, right? Got an extra 30 points. If you went short right here, you could have dragged these TPs a little lower, right? Same thing here. You could have dragged these TPs a little lower. See what I'm saying? So that's like, we have it default set to 1-to-1 and a 2-to-1. But with just a slight manual intervention, this day could have been like doubled in profit, right? some of it's perfect. Like this is pretty perfect entries and exits, right? And again, some days will be better than others, right? Not every day is gonna have like what it was last Thursday, where it was like 5 wins, right? Like this was on the 18th of September. There was 1 loss, 1 win, 2 wins, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 5 and 3, 6 and 3. So 6 wins and 3 losses on this day. But the wins were all full TP. So they were 2-to-1 TPs. The losses were obviously a 1 hour loss. The wins were 2 hours. So would have been big, right? Still. Micro scaling for the win, yeah. But lots of ways to use it. Lots of ways to use it. So it's 10:15. Trump speaking. I don't know. I almost want to just call it a morning. I almost want to call it a morning. Amazon dumped quite a bit this morning. 3%. Nvidia down a little bit. Google down a little bit. Look at how choppy we are too. It definitely shouldn't be taking anything right here. Checked out early, just coding and vibing. Nice, Scott. Nice. Yeah, I think as of now, as long as Trump's on the screen, I'm hands off on my funded accounts. So I have too many funded accounts to mess up. So I have 13 that I'm trading. Not that I'm aware of, it doesn't, but SK pretty much. Here's the way to look at it. Okay. Use the Autotrader as a tool. Okay. When it enters a trade, glance over at your computer and say, okay, my stop loss is there, my limit orders are there, I'm good to go. And if it hits your TPs or stop losses, look over, okay, I'm good. Then that's all you need to do, right? If you want to be more hands-on, you can, but I'd say that's like the least you should do is that, like, glance over, oh, it's good. Alright. Yeah, sometimes it's just platform based, as Scott said. So let's check the 15-second chart for fun. Will the iFVG course / guide provide info on settings, aggressive style, conservative style trading? Yeah, yep, it'll be a full settings guide, and then the course is more of how I like to manually trade inverse for value gaps, so it's slightly different from the Autotrader, right? It's how I personally trade inverse for value gaps. So I hope like you guys can actually just, at the worst, all right, take some knowledge from the course and know how to learn about some manual trading, right? It's not like a super long course, because I don't feel it needs to be, but SK, all of our Autotraders work. It just depends on what you like, right? Like, I don't have NQ Autotrader I can pull up here, but I've been posting some screenshots. Like yesterday, it took like 7 wins, no losses, right? But NQ Autotrader has a negative risk reward, right? So it goes for about 12 points of profit and has like a 35-point stop, right? So it has a high win rate, has like an 85% win rate on average. But if you get some couple losses back to back, that'll really mess your account up, because it does use martingale, which you don't have to enable the martingale. But NQ Trader works great. I've had a lot of people get some payouts. SBS Autotrader works great. If you stick to it, works great. One of our guys in the Discord, if you check the payouts channel, just got Tom just got a 6K payout 10 days ago on Tradeify. $6,000 payout with SBS. So all the things work. It just depends on if you stick to it, and you know, some people like different features about them. You might have mentioned, but have you tested performance? I don't use ES, so I haven't. You'll just have to tweak some settings for, you know, the fair value gap size, or these swing points and stuff like that. And it'll technically work, but I think like NQ and YM and stuff like that will work better. Yeah, ES is gonna be a lot slower. SK, there's a lot of questions here, man. Again, what I'm going to tell you is all of our auto traders work. We give out settings for people. It's the people who do the testing and find how they like to use it do the best. Okay, so if you get the auto trader, you should take a week, take a couple weeks, take a month, find how you like to use it. And once you find how you like to use it, stick to it for a while. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it is. 12 points meaning 48 ticks. Correct. Let's 15-second chart here. Been a few trades on the 15-second. Again, you gotta tweak some settings and stuff for these other time frames and instruments. But personally, I think all the auto traders work. My favorite auto traders are SBS and iFVG. I trade iFVG myself. So yeah, I would recommend iFVG or SBS. That's it. You can choose from there. I'm not going to tell you which bot to buy. They're the same price. So they're completely different models. Okay. 15-second had a entry. This was yesterday. SK, I've already gone over, like, not to sound rude or anything, but I have gone over a lot of things already in the live stream. On the trades, comes with the course. Lots of ways to customize it. You can use other time frames, right? A lot of ways that you should kind of rewatch the live stream or some of the YouTube videos I've made and ask yourself, why would you want to have the iFVG Auto Trader over maybe the SBS Auto Trader, right? I can't answer that for you, but I think it's a good product. I think people who stick to it for a while will do good. Okay, if you're going to be a person that, which I'm not saying you are, but if you're a person out there that is going to buy the product, use it for a week, say it was a losing week, and then cancel it, just don't even waste my time. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. If you're going to purchase it and keep it for a couple months, then it's probably worth it. I haven't tested 750 risk per trade. I've pinned some back tests in the general chat, though, if you want to look at those. I would never recommend 750 risk per trade. So, a couple of wins yesterday. Market open yesterday. There was a partial win, partial loss. I mean, you could just look. You should just look at the graph. You can see the drawdown periods, right? Like there's a dip from 6,000 down to about 4,500. So that's 1,500 drawdown. There's a dip from what looks like 10,000 down to about 8,000. So that's 2,000 in drawdown. There's a dip from 4,800 down to 3,200. So that's 1,500 drawdown or so, right? Then there was a dip on one other one from 5,600 down to about 3,600. So that's 2,000 drawdown. So right there, the last 3 months, looks like you could say 2,000 drawdowns, probably what you could expect, right? And that's on a little bit of a higher risk per trade. But yeah, yesterday, 15-second chart, partial win, partial loss. So if you had a break-even stop at 1-to-1, this would have been a break-even here. Second trade was a full TP. Third trade was a full TP as well. So just in the first hour yesterday was pretty much 3 wins. Then 10:35 was a loss. Went full win at 4 p.m. Let's see if there's anything today. With just one loss today. One loss here. Can iFVG and any other auto traders be used work well with Renkos? So here's the thing is whenever we release an auto trader, all the results we do are generally on candlestick charts. So with the iFVG auto trader, we've only tested candlestick charts. Okay. That's all I would ever recommend. Now, as soon as we release this, the first thing people are going to do is avoid looking at the settings that we give and avoid the guidance and go and test all possible charts, timeframes, and everything. The default timeframes are always 1 minute. Yeah, it's not going to work with Renkos because there has to be gaps. I don't think it'll work with, what's it called? Let me look. I'm blanking. Range charts. I don't think it'll work with range. I mean, I can look. I don't think it should though. So if we look at a range chart, maybe here, right? People are also going to test this. Do I think it'll work? No. I've actually never looked at it. So everything's always going to be just built for 1 minute chart, candlestick charts, things like that. Right? So I guess you can get some trades here. Right? On range charts, not sure if they're good or bad. So far, it looks not very good, at least with these settings. Will you have some wins? I'm sure. But like yesterday, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. was a win. So, you know, will it work on some other things? Yes. Have I personally tested anything else? No. So, you know, do with that what you will. You know what I'm saying? Maybe MES, MNQ auto traders can work well with other chart types. SBS auto trader works well with quite a few different chart types. And NQ auto trader is only really built for Ninja Renko bars that we have. So you guys got to remember that all the things that we give as default, that's pretty much what we recommend, right? If you do tons of testing on other charts and stuff and you see, oh, this doesn't work, well, yeah, we didn't recommend it, right? If you find something that works great, sure, let the group know. But That's all I'm saying, right? Cool, cool. Like this range chart, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 losses this morning. So, I mean, I don't know, right? Does it work? Technically it works, it takes trades, but would I recommend it? You know, no. So Heikin-Ashi won't work, obviously, because there's literally 0 gaps with Heikin-Ashis, but wrong. The tests are on about 500 risk per trade. But I would never recommend $500 of risk per trade on a 50K account. I mentioned early in the live stream, you should do probably 200 risk per trade on a 50K account. I'm going to switch back to the 1 minute so that people don't get the wrong idea on what to do. Okay. But yeah, I think we'll call it here. It's 10:30. It's 10:30. We've been live over an hour. So Trump speaking. We'll end it. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. We'll be live maybe tomorrow morning, but again, release is tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Eastern. Be there, or you may not get a spot. So about 50 monthly spots and 10 lifetime spots. Yeah, all of our auto traders come with settings and stuff, so, and an explanation of what each setting is. So, but yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll see everyone tomorrow on release day. See you guys.